he's made fragments of him as well. Have you played that game? Ever? Fragments of him is a sort of point-and-click adventure-ish. It's more like a narrative story in which you follow the life of someone who lost his boyfriend. It's really beautiful. And they made a game in which you have to walk around and manage like all kinds of different talks, like people are swearing at you, and you need to work your way around it, and you need to maintain your sense of happiness while not being beaten up. It depends on what kind of character you choose, how difficult that is. This was sort of the view we had, like it was awesome, it was really friendly, and and this is a game in which you could like, it was like a tree, a genetic tree, and depending what choices you made, you got like, if you wanted a child with blue eyes, you need to do stuff. But you couldn't like do anything you wanted, so sometimes there was just really random nice shit going on. I thought that was fun and interesting. And this one was about representation, so you had to send the person to the right toilet, but this could be a man or a woman depending on what they actually were wearing. So it's a bit superficial in my opinion. What I think, what we did wasn't like really making really interesting games, but we really dropped it. Right? We dropped a drop. We dropped a drop. Can you drop a drop? Alright, so we dropped the drop. I hope, like, we did it in the Netherlands, so now I'm hoping we're dropping one here and make an extra one. We're going to Gamer X with the games, and I'm going to talk about, I'm having a panel there to discuss what it means to do a game jam about LGBT aspects and stuff. And I tried to sort of try to get noticed at GDC. It was kind of difficult. I talked to loads of people and messages loads of people, but nobody was interested in sharing the event. So that was kind of hard. Only at the LGBT session I had some time to say something. And I went to like loads of people who were giving presentations up front to ask them, could you please tell this is happening so more people will come, more people will know. And they were all shouting, we should do something about this, we should do something about this, action, no word, right? And nobody did something. So it was kind of annoying, in my opinion, but that's a personal thing. I think I might have gone on the wrong way. It's kind of weird, like, I'm nothing here, of course, in America, nobody knows me, and in the Netherlands people do know me, so things get picked up easier. So we need someone, spokesman over here, to exact. There are a lot of other initiatives going on. This is an No Hate campaign. This is beyond getting women into games and representation and stuff. This is what I do too. This next year, I will do something called Colorful. And please become part of the Facebook Jam Machine Night group. These are the people helping us. Basically, what I thought like was really important last time is just that we did it, and that was fun enough, and that made an impact, and that was really awesome. But I'd like to get into a bit more depth this session and see if we can go beyond mere representation and mere metaphors, and see how a different perspective really inside new gameplay. And the way I think we can go, we can do this is by looking at what you did, or how you live your life that differs from others, and see if you can make a game that facilitates this kinds of expression, in which which the player has a way to self-express himself and engage it in a social negotiation. Does that make sense? That's good. Because it's like, this is a design approach we take for games in a swimming pool, and then it becomes a little bit more clear, maybe, or maybe more vague. We develop games in a swimming pool, and we try to pick games for children who are choosing lost at gym classes. So what we do is we go to the swimming pool, we analyze what playful interactions are already taking place that differ or are interesting enough to resonate with a digital intervention. And so, for example, people play a game of cannonball, and that's a playful interaction that's already taking place. So how do you resonate that? You resonate that by looking at what it lacks. So what it lacks is you can't really see your own splash, right? So we place a camera on the side, place a television screen underwater, and had a huge projection screen on the wall. And we gave them suction cups and a way to record their own jump. Basically what happens, what children, the boys are started to jump and showing off their really great splashes and stuff, and we're going to rate them. And in just a little bit of time, even the girls came into it. Normally, cannonballs they were boys only, right? Sort of a boys only way, like making huge splashes and stuff. And now the girls came in and they changed the game. So instead of making it more about huge splashes, it became about diving or weird jumps or stuff like that. And they were started to talk about how they should move and how they should behave, and they made their own game. And I thought that was really worthwhile exercise, because at first we wanted to rate the jump, give points and scoring to how big the splash was, and we had to analyze that stuff. So it was really hard technically, and not really interesting on the game level perspective, because you can only jump and make a higher splash, right? That's the only thing you got. And now we only position some ways to self-express yourself, so the camera, and we added a social negotiation platform, the projection wall with the suction caps. And people started talking and jumped more into the water. Like normally they did like 3 times, and I did like 15 times, and the girls got into the game. So I thought that was a really worthwhile exercise, and we did it by looking at the playful exercise, looking at the playful activity that was already taking place, see how we could resonate them by offering them a platform or tools for social negotiation and self-expression. And I think we can do the same when it comes to gender and LGBT shit. So I'm trying to get this like really clear, but it's not, right? So the whole point about this whole thing that we're doing here is that we're going to do research through design. We're just going to do it. And I think we should, I'm not sure if I can say this, stop yamming, start jamming. That's basically what we're trying to do. So without further ado, I'd like to start the game jam. So welcome.
Yay!
As you can see, we're like with so little people, so it would be great to do a short round saying who you are, where you're from, and why you think this game jam matters. Is that good? No? Yes?
Yeah.
Yes? Yes, over you?
Sure.
Yeah.
My name is Brittany Arnett. I am a second-year master's student at Indiana University in Human-Computer Interaction Design. So my background is kind of experience design.